Mid-range magic for AD. Just 4 games earlier, Davis got it. There's a 3 for AD. Alex kick. KCP short. So the Lakers can't put and Davis selling out.
Timeout, Lakers.
And they call the timeout.
What an effort by AD.
Bounce now to Caruso. Live. Oh, throw it down, AD. Exclamation point tonight for the Lake Show. AD dominant. Big win for the Lake Show.
Good day. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take on a Monday. Hope you all had a fabulous weekend, and we got a whole lot to break down. Super Bowl champ Chris Panty in the house. Good to see you, sir. And for Stephen A.
Thanks for having me in here.
Oh, it's going to be plenty of fun.
Super Bowl champ with Big Blue, Molly. With Big Blue.
No question. That's why you got the invite. Max Kellerman and Big Perk with us right now. Perk, you got us?
Yeah, I got y'all. What's going on? Good morning. I see everybody up there looking good on this great Monday morning. How you doing, Max?
All right, let's go, guys. And we're going to start with the Lakers getting a major win finally over the Suns as they try to avoid that play-in tournament. Anthony Davis putting the team on his shoulders. 42-12-5. LeBron still sidelined with a high ankle sprain, but could be back this week. Here's AD and head coach Frank Vogel.
I feel good. I'm getting my legs back. I'm getting my rhythm back. Getting my steps back on both ends of the floor. So I feel good. I'm getting better each game, getting my wind back each game. So we're heading in the right direction.
All that other stuff is just trying to patch it together, while we're getting our stars back healthy and with their legs under them and rhythm and timing up to speed. And you see Anthony just getting a little bit stronger every game. A little bit more in rhythm every game, and just a sensational performance by Anthony tonight.
All right, let me break this down for you. So the Lakers are currently 7th in the West, 4 games left. Knicks, Rockets, Pacers, Pelicans, 1 game back of the Trailblazers for 6th, but the Blazers on the tiebreaker, so it's really 2 games. They have a 3-game lead on the Warriors, who are in 8th. The Lakers entered yesterday's game with an 82% chance to make the play-in tournament, and that dropped them to 71% after the win. If they want the chances to continue to fall, Anthony Davis is going to have to continue to be the monster he was last night. Max Kellerman, talk to me. When healthy, is AD the best big in the world?
I don't know about that anymore. I don't know. When last seen healthy he was, but 2 things have happened since then. Not only did he get hurt, so now we need to see him consistently be what he was, which was the dominating force on both ends of the floor. But another thing happened too. The other bigs got better. Forget about Giannis, who's 3rd consecutive year. He's basically doing the same thing that he did when he won the 2 MVPs, because he really is a big. And AD's a power forward. Giannis is whatever you want to call him. By big, I mean you protect the basket, right? You do that. You grab the rebounds, and you could be a power forward. If you protect the basket, you're a big. And my point is this. Joel Embiid and Jokic both are clearly better than they've ever been before, and they were already playing on a high level. So first of all, we have to see if AD can get back consistently to being AD. And then we need to see if that AD is still better than this Embiid, who's been, Embiid game for game has been the best player in the league this year. He's been the best, both ends of the floor, game for game, but he's been hurt. And Jokic about to win the MVP because he hasn't missed the games, and overall, he's been the best player in the league because he hasn't missed those games. Is AD still better than that? That's what we need to find out.
Yeah, here's typical Max. He's going to deflect. He's not going to answer the question directly. It's about whether or not Anthony Davis is the best big man when he's healthy. And the answer is he is. And you have to look back to what he did last year, not only what he did in the bubble, during the regular season. You're talking about a guy that's top 5 in terms of PER. You're talking about a guy that's first team All-NBA defense, first team All-NBA, period. Like this guy, the way he impacts the game, he put it on display last night against a team that's second in the Western Conference in the Phoenix Suns. You saw him with the back-to-the-basket moves. You saw him with the mid-range game. He was even hanging out as that kid in the corner, knocking him down from deep. And then you saw what he did on the defensive end. You saw that block that he had against Jay Crowder. He's showing you that he's starting to feel like himself. And when it comes to Anthony Davis, it's not just about the statistics in terms of quantifying his impact on this team winning games. It goes beyond that. Anthony Davis just showed you last year what he's capable of, what he's playing, and he showed it again last night. He's taking that mantle on himself. He knows they got 4 games to go. They probably need to go 4-0, and they need the Portland Trail Blazers to stumble if they want to avoid the play-in. But you're seeing him clearly tick it up a notch, and I think that's indicative of players that are truly great, and Anthony Davis is that guy. I think he's still the best big in the NBA when he's healthy.
Okay, Chancey, don't you body Max like that. Zip him up. That's what he just did. He zipped you up. And he's right. Look, Max, the question was when healthy. When you look at what Anthony Davis does when he's healthy, we're talking about historical numbers like Shaq and Wilt. Anthony Davis is one of one, okay, Max? He's probably going to go down as the most skilled big ever, right under Akeem Olajuwon, or above him, especially at the power forward position. He can put it on the floor. He has great handle. He has great mid-range. He got great post work. He got great step back fadeaways off of turnarounds off of each shoulder. And on the defensive end, Canty just said it. He impacts the game better than any other big in the game today. We're talking about the block on Jay Crowder. Go back and look at the Denver Nuggets game. The game-winning block that he stretched out when he was already in the paint and had to extend. Like, he impacts the game so much. And when you talk about Jokic and Embiid, they are having phenomenal years. But when you look at Anthony Davis, he just separates himself for his athleticism, the way he is able to play the 4 and the 5, the way that he's able to be a live threat at the basket. And I get it. You may say Jokic is a better passer, and he might be, but he's in a different system. Where the system has to be around Jokic, where Jokic has to be the playmaker. So, yes, when healthy, Anthony Davis is the best big man in the game, and he proved that to us last year, and he's starting to show that to us right now.
How many guys are ahead of AD? Is it just the Joker?
Like right now, who he has to prove he's better than is Jokic, which he did in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Jokic is a one-way player. AD is a two-way player. And Embiid. Embiid's team is sitting pretty in the East, even though he's missed those games. And partly it's because he has been arguably the defensive player of the year. Like, he's in the conversation. And offensively, on a per-game basis, you could argue he's on the floor.
MVP.
Who's better than you? So it's not just that AD has to get back. It's that now he has to clear a bar that is higher. Now, you guys can talk about, like, all I heard in those arguments is you guys just asserting, no, we think AD is better. Well, why would that be if the bar has been raised? First of all, passing, AD can pass, but Jokic is some next level passer. And shooting, he deserves credit, AD, for stepping up his shooting game in the playoffs last year. But he's never shot the ball like that. That was like, he has to show he can do that again. That's not, when you think AD, you don't think he can shoot from the outside like that. That's not how he's done it traditionally throughout his career. He was killing them from 3. He doesn't do that normally. He's got, like, are you sure that that's AD because he did it one season in the bubble? He's got to do that again. We know Jokic can bomb from the outside.
Well, here's the thing. Big Perk, when a player shows me that they're doing it at the most important moments, which is the postseason, I'm going to go ahead and assign that to them. Like, I'm going to believe what AD showed me in the bubble. That's when the stakes are at the highest. Like, he's proven that he can be a player of that caliber at the most important time for his team. Have we seen that from Jokic yet? We're still waiting on that. I know it's some gaudy numbers. I know he leads his team in points, rebounds, and assists. All of that is well and good. But what happens when it matters the most? What happens once we get to the postseason?
Pretty good last year.
From what we saw from AD last year, being able to be a defensive anchor for that team, and Max, you talked about it, being on the defensive end, what he does as a player matters in this conversation as well. Like, I don't know how you can say when he's healthy that he's not the best big in the game.
And Candy, you just pulled a Max Kellerman on Max Kellerman because he's the one that always because you always come on here talking about how the regular season really don't matter, how the playoffs is when it matters, and you are the number one guy that always try to hold guys accountable for what they do in the playoffs when it matters the most. That's your favorite line. When it matters the most. Well, Candy just addressed it. In the championship, he delivered a ring when it mattered the most against Portland, when it mattered the most against Denver, against the Rockets, against Bam and Miami Heat, them goons from Dade County. When it mattered the most, Anthony Davis delivered in great fashion. And again, go check the numbers because, Max, you are an analytics guy. You're a numbers guy. His numbers are right there with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against Anthony Davis's greatness, and he has come through when it matters the most. But when you're a guy who's getting